Welcome back, guys. This is Mike with Ace Cafe Bikes, and today's been a long time coming. It's been about 4 months. Has it been 4 months? No. It's only probably been about 3-ish months since I kind of had this thought. And you know how sometimes you have this thought, you think maybe that's a crazy thought and it should just stay out there. But I thought I'm just gonna run this past my wife and see what she thinks. So here's what I had presented to her. I told her we got about $3,000 in the Ace Cafe bike account, and I want to take $2,000 of those dollars and see how many motorcycles we can buy to get ready in the wintertime and then sell in the springtime. And she looked at me like I was nuts because, you know, our history here kind of goes up and down. You know, like this is a hobby of mine. It doesn't really include her. It takes time away from the family, etc. So I'm sure if you guys have a wife, you know how that kind of goes. And I love my wife. She is the absolute best. And to prove it, I had this conversation with her. She kind of gave me that, I don't think that's a good idea look. And then the next couple of days, I get these in the mail. Now, I haven't even opened these yet, but imagine if you can see what I see, this is going to be clever. We can rip into them. All right, I'm sure there's an easier way to do that. But look at what this is. Look at little like mechanic sleeves. This is pretty awesome. So the idea behind that is we're gonna have these bikes. I got the approval from the CEO. She kind of said, yep, go for it. But make sure you keep a record of what you actually do to the things. This is gonna be a great test. We're gonna try to find some cheap bikes. We're gonna keep track of what we spend on them. And then we're also gonna keep track how much money we make on them. We've never done that before. I've always just assumed we're making money because money just shows back up. And not that we do this for a business. We just do this for fun. But it is good to know if you're losing money or not. So here I got some bikes that we've already bought. Where are they hiding? They're not here. They're at some other place, and that was part of the deal. That was where the really arm-twisting bits had to come into place. That's where she really had to think on it. But I don't know. Is your wife like that too? She just kind of gives you the look, but then surprises you with presents. All right, we gotta take a trip. But before we go, there's one thing I need to have. I think I have one in this cabinet. See, I got this file cabinet years ago, so we started keeping stuff like this. You know, we got manuals. These are all the goodies that came with bikes that we bought. Remember this one? The green binder? Here it is. I knew I had one. Look at us. Watch how this works. We're gonna be so professional diagnosing these bikes and writing up what we think we need to do to them. This is gonna be so fun. You don't mess with a guy with a clipboard. Nah. We've outgrown our garage. We need a bigger garage! Let's open it up and see what's inside. All right, guys, welcome back. This is Mike and Chase with Ace Cafe Bikes, and we are at the secret location where we kept all the bikes we bought over the summertime. Well, we actually just started buying these a few weeks back, but nonetheless, let's reveal them. Okay, we're gonna walk through the line here. So this one we already know, 1979 Yamaha XS750. It's made the journey from our house over to here. Just get it out of the way of the garage. We know it runs, but as you can see, there's a little bit something going on with the exhaust. Yeah, this is gonna be a build. Fun one. The first bike that we bought on this little bit of a run was this 1994 Yamaha 1100 Virago. The interesting story with this is this guy wanted $800 for this. Claims it ran last year. It's licensed for 26. But they tried to repair the stator and now it won't run. The battery still works, which is pretty cool. Battery turns on, hit the starter. She turns over, but it won't keep a charge. So he wanted $800 for that. And we had in the garage a 1983 Honda Magna V45 that we got free from our neighbor to just kind of play with. And we got to make a noise. So I traded him that bike plus $200 to have a play with a 1994 Yamaha Virago 1100. This one, this is a fan favorite, and we literally just picked this up last weekend. We were done buying bikes, but then this just stumbled into our lap. A 1982 Honda GL500. I like these bikes a lot. We've had, this is the fourth one now, and these are a lot of fun. Look at this. 14,000 miles. The guy claimed it didn't run. We brought it home and it took a second, but it fired right up. So $400 later, we've got a 1982 Honda Magna, Honda GL500. Another one we get to play with. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Taking good notes? Yeah. This one, you've seen this one before. Also migrated over here. 1997 Suzuki Intruder 1400. That's a real fun bike. Another Virago 750. This vintage model is a 1987. This is gonna need some work. This bike plus two others that we're gonna skip this. We're gonna come back to that one. Okay, keep up. 1996 Suzuki Intruder 1400. So parts bike, $200. We got that because we're gonna make one bike out of two. I know we started here. Come back to me for a second. We started this channel in a way with the 1980 Suzuki GS850 because that was the first build that we documented and we ran with. But the very first bike that we made was a Yamaha Virago bobber, and that I'm gonna want to do again. So we got two Intruders. One runs, one doesn't. One has some good parts to replace the bad parts. It's gonna be a lot of fun to turn this into a really cool, unique machine. So now we got two builds, XS750, Intruder 1400s. Okay, back to the bikes. This guy was not a bike that I wanted, but it came with the Virago and this guy, a little baby Z, GPZ 550. So that bike plus the Kawasaki CSR 305, and we'll go around this way so we can see it. The Virago 750. Got all of those for $750. Now, if we pan out, the minus off the two bikes that weren't included, teal, Suzuki, XS750. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bikes. Whew, you gotta keep with the sun. 6 bikes for $1,550. That was way below our $2,000 budget. Way below, so now we've got the $1,450 we can play with to keep these bikes started. And obviously we're gonna build some bikes. We're gonna spend a lot of money doing this, but what do you guys think? Do you think we can make money doing this? I know it's a gamble, but it's gonna be a lot of fun this winter tearing into these machines. So let's get back chasing to the shot here. Come on, buddy. You got some good notes. Woo. We're gonna cover that again. Go in more detail as we pack them back in the garage, but we're gonna take notes as to what we think they need, what we think we can do to them, put them in them really cool sleeves that Mama got for us. This is gonna be a lot of fun, guys. Hopefully you guys like our surprise. I can't wait to get into this. Thanks for watching. This is Mike and Chase with Ace Cafe Bikes. we go.